What do you think is the best way to deliver feedback in an advisory relationship?
Oh my gosh, you got a couple about 5, 6 hours for me.
I knew
Okay.
it.
Uh, yeah, I mean, there's so many important things to giving feedback. But listen, all right. So let me give you a broad. This will be a little bit abstract, but it'll be worth it by the end, I hope.
Go
Right.
for it.
So when you think about giving feedback, right? The very reason we call it the word feedback is because it comes from a place of power, experience, expertise, right? So let me give you some feedback, right? Let me give you an idea that, is important for you. And criticism falls in the same bucket. Now, I know very few people that prefer or like criticism or feedback. Like if I came to you and say, "Hey, Ben, I have some feedback for you." I don't know you. Wow, I can't wait to get it, right? Very few people are like that. Okay. Now, imagine the feedback message I was sending you is that you need to be more diligent of understanding where the marketplace is in any given moment. I'm just making that up. Okay. Now, I can I give you a little feedback that you're not as diligent as you should be, and you need to have more discipline in understanding the macro environment. Okay. Now, that produces resistance because it comes from a place of power. It says, I have the experience, I have the expertise, I'm the one with the knowledge, right? And that's why I'm giving you this feedback. By the way, I'm your advisor, and so I have the power. Okay. Now, that same message, I can reduce power by offering some advice. Advice is the same message, by the way, but it reduces power. So I can say, can I give you some advice? And you say, sure, what's your advice? Now, advice I can accept or reject, right? And it comes from your experience, but it doesn't come from your authority. And so, same message. My advice is that you have a more macro oriented view and take more discipline to understand what's going on in the marketplace. All right, great. Now I can reduce power again by calling it a suggestion or recommendation. Like, can I make a suggestion? Sure. What's your suggestion? My suggestion is that you learn, and I help you learn how it is that you can have a more macro view and so forth and so on, right? Now, same message, except I simply reduce power. Anytime power is high, people resist it. As power gets lower, people resist it less. All the advisors should not be in the feedback business. They should not be in the criticism business. They shouldn't even be in the advice business. They should be in the recommendation and suggestion business.
Hmm.
And if they start thinking like that and acting like that and describing things like that, they're going to find that people have a higher degree of receptivity. Now, that is so basic in the way I think about things. It doesn't even bother me to give it to your whole audience, right? And so I'm happy to talk about that. Now, we know so many cool things about feedback and how the best instructors and teachers and leaders and coaches give feedback that, I really could spend a tremendous amount of time and tell you a lot of the magic that we've learned over time. But just starting there is so important. Just reduce your power and start describing things more in recommendation and suggestion, and you'll find that people respond very differently to you.